What's up, YouTube? For tonight, I am bringing you a Lion King themed team. So thank you to the people who wrote that in the comment section. And I picked that one out because I thought that was the most interesting one. Plus, I had a lot of people wanted to see that with that little likes thing. So if you'd like for me to pick a team that's interesting for you, leave it in the comment section below right now. Do it. Normally, I'm picking the highest voted ones up, and I'll do them as soon as I can. Most of the Pokemon, once again, I already had, so it was great. I could just put them straight into battle. So, I've been wanting to use two of these Pokemon for a very, very long time and swap around a few of my sets. So, let's get to the battle anyway. It's a pretty interesting one, to say the least. I ran some very interesting sets on some of my Pokemon. Okay, now, I was going to use Pumbaa as an Emboar, but I decided to use it as a Donphan instead because I really wanted to try out this set as well. Okay, so I've got the type advantage here. I didn't think Bravo would stay in for that, just doing some sort of rock move. And obviously, Tangle Growth is a good swap. I just went for a knockoff there to get some solid damage and get rid of the leftovers, which was nice. Then again, it doesn't matter too much with Tangle Growth because it has... no doubt it has Regenerator. So expecting some sort of grass move, I'm going to go into my Luxray. Now this is a very bulky Luxray. Not only is it bulky in defense, it's bulky in special defense as well. So it was my all-round tank for this whole team because most of them are just sweepers and that sort of thing, really. Okay, so I had to go to sleep there because I took some really large incoming damage. I was half expecting Giga Drain, but Power Whip just hit so hard and Tangrowth really good. Got some nice offensive as well. Oh shit, that was a crit. So it's got some very nice defenses, but at the same time it's got some nice offense as well. So you can't really, it's hard to ignore. That crit really sucked as well. So I was a little bit worried my tank was going to go down early, and I don't like that happening. I get rest on Sleep Talk, which never ever happens, and Power Whip hits again, and what do you know, I live with 12 health, so that was sweet, and I'm able to get a little bit of lefties recovery there. Some nice bulk for my Luxray. I've mainly put most of the EVs in health and special defense, but I'm allowing it to live hits because it's got to Intimidate up as well. So I've got Snarl as well on this set. This is it's really just a tanky set that does like certain amounts of damage. And this was really funny. I actually lived that Ancient Power. That was crazy because I was almost going to swap into Simisage there. Maybe they thought that and get some like a superpower up. Ancient Power. I would not have liked to boost there. Okay, since they really can't do anything to me now, I'm obviously going to rest this turn and outspeed them. In comes Dragon. So Dragon's really powerful poke for sure. I've come across it a few times. I actually haven't used... I've got a few good ideas for Dragon, but I actually haven't used one yet. It's a Pokemon I will use one day when I get around to maybe some other teams and stuff. Okay, I think I get rest again. Yeah, I get rest again this turn, so it's going really well with that. I'm going to get Dragon Tailed out of there. That's nice damage. That could even be banded. I'm not too sure, but it may be. So into Pyro, there's not too much I can really do to it. I'm just going to go for a Return. Get a little bit of damage off it, and it's got the rough skin there, so it doesn't have sheer force, and it also has Rocky Helmet, so it's got the rough skin and Rocky Helmet, so that's no good. And I'm going to take a Dragon Tail on top of that, and it nearly takes me out. I'm like, oh man, that was terrible. I took so much damage there. So my Luxray comes back in. I get an Intimidate off, which is great because I'm going to be able to live stuff like better. On my Luxray now, I think I had one more turn of sleeping to go. Yeah, I had one more turn of sleeping to go. Then I was going to try and maybe paralyze this thing. What I was running on this, I was obviously running my Sleep Rest Talk. I had Discharge and Snarl on this, so it actually works surprisingly well. Just all-round bulkiness, just how it's built. It still doesn't like stuff like Earthquake, though. It's probably its biggest weakness, I'd say. Apart from that, it's pretty bulky if they're incoming and you can get a Intimidate off on them and you can Snarl them down and get their special attack load. It works pretty well, and you can also get a Parahax on them from Discharge. It's got a nice high chance. Okay, so I'm getting all my health back with rest there again. That was nice, and turns out it's not banded. It's going to go for Outrage here, so it's got a little bit more powerful move. Since that Intimidate's up, I'm going to take that as a 3-hit KO, which is great. If I didn't get that Intimidate up, I definitely would have not been able to live that for sure. would have most certainly been a 2-hit KO even after left his recovery. So I'm able to get another snarl off on Drogon here, which is good. A little bit more damage. I didn't expect to take this thing out, but I just wanted to get it, its health down a little bit lower. I didn't have like 101 things to swap into this either. I didn't really want to. As I said, since the team was picked by you guys, it didn't have the greatest synergy. I was just picking out because they look alikes, and I just did my best to put them all in the team together. Okay, I think I'm going to get one turn of attacking off this turn, and then I'm pretty much going to go down. So I get another snarl off, which is good. I was hoping for a discharge paralyze, but it doesn't really matter. Dragon's quite slow anyway, so I can just revenge kill it with anything. Doesn't really matter. Then he gets paralyzed. I think, not paralyzed, confused. I think hurt yourself, but he doesn't. But I was really happy with my Lux Raider. That set really nicely. That was good. I was fine with that. I wanted to switch things up. Okay, so into Pumbaa here. I'm running Ice Shard in the set because it's just such a handy move to have. As well, and that's going to finish Drogon off, and I don't actually touch him physically, so I'm not going to take that rough skin or rocky helmet, so that worked in very nicely. Okay, out comes the Tangrowth gun. Now, I was prepared for this son of a bitch. I had a really good strategy here, and I've been wanting to try this out for so long. Since it's got such great defense, I thought I'd make use of it. So Power Whip hits me really hard, and I've got counter on this thing, and that absolutely destroys Tangrowth. That was so awesome. I can definitely safely say they were not expecting that, so I was able to do that. Now, in comes Bravery. I thought, well, hell, I might as well get an Ice Shard off, get some damage. It does lots because it was a crit. Bravery's pretty tanky, actually, so I was quite happy about that. It's going to U-turn me and take me out. I'd say that's going to be choice banded because it would have outsped me otherwise. I actually had a Salic Berry on my Donphan as well. I was hoping Power Whip would do a little bit more. I had Sturdy there and I get a boost and I'd be able to do try and do some sweeping, I guess. Okay, so out comes Durant. Now, I've got two pokes that do well against this. I thought, well, let's hang Rafiki back. I'm going to swap in my Pyro. I knew Jellicent might come in on this. So I thought, well, I may as well do a double swap because there's no point me... Like, I can't touch this thing at all. I've got normal and fire moves. I can't do shit. So my best option here was Zazu here. Now, I know that this thing can't one-shot me unless it had a nice move, and I was hoping to God that it didn't. It's going to scold me. That's fine. It doesn't have too much presence about it, so that's a 3-hit KO with 2-hit KO with a burn. Shadow is my best option here. It does over half. I was very happy with that, and it also gives a confusion as well. So I know that I could get past this thing just if I didn't get a burn, and even if they got cast a confusion. So fortunately, Jellicent hits itself in confusion. I was really happy about that. I was stoked. Like, yes, that was a really annoying Pokemon to get past. I had my my Murfiki. Since it's a Lion King team, I may as well call it that. I had a HP Grass on that, or Grass Knot, so that was my second backup for that. I always have just a backup if I need one. Anyway, so out comes Durant. I know Durant's going to outspeed me, and it's going to just finish me off with a Rock Slide, which is quite risky. I'd say if it's got Hustle, that was quite risky, because that could have missed. Ironhead would have sufficed anyway, taking Chatot down. Jesus, it's Durant. Durant is a beast. Okay, so... Now, into Rafiki here. This was a little bit of touch and go because I wasn't sure if this would hit, and we both missed in a row, and that sucks, that Fire Blast miss. I was actually running Fire Blast on this for more power, and that's what happens when you run more power. Sometimes you get a bad miss, and oh man, that sucks so much. This Durant is just too strong. Okay, now I had to bet on this to miss, and it did miss. That was great. I'm able to get the Flame Charge off here because I knew it would be 4 times, but I didn't think it'd actually kill, and it actually lives on 1 health, which is crazy. But I'm quite happy about that because I'm actually able to get 2 speed boosts on this, so if there's any little hidden Scarf Pokemon back there, I'll definitely outspeed them. And not only getting those 2 speed boosts, I'm actually running a physical set, so I'm able to get a +1 Moxie here, which is great. And I had to try and set this up as a late game sweeper. Okay, so we got Bravo here. I was definitely sure that it was banded, and even so, I had +2 anyway because I wasn't really fearing outsped. Return kills it. That was great. So that's buried. The last Pokemon they have is Exploud, I think. Unless this thing is incredibly tanky in its defenses, I was quite confident that I could take it out with a +2, and it takes it out. So I was really happy with that. That was sweet. A nice little finish there with Pyro, Moxie. It actually can be unsuspecting. So there's some really unsuspecting moves there. Actually got me back into the game. That Donphan taking that Tangrowth out. yeah, that was cool. And that late game Pyro Sweep really helped my team out as well. I'll just go through a couple of my sets quickly. Like my Dom Fan one was crazy. It was max attack, had max speed. Like I wanted to make it speedy, and obviously it had sturdy in case something crazy came in and just did too much damage to me on the special side. So I had sturdy. I had a Salic Berry as well. Even with a Salic Berry, it's not exactly what you'd call the world's fastest Pokemon. I think it just gets under 300 with Adamant, a little bit over with Jolly, and I had like Earthquake knockoff. I had counter. My whole idea was to counter first and get rid of a Pokemon. They didn't hit me, then I got my boost into speed, and yeah. And I had Ice Shard as well, just handy move. Now Sim-Stage was just a Life Orb Super. I didn't get to use Timon, but he was actually a Choice Scarf Retaliate, this Revenge Killer. It's really quite fun to use as well. I've used a lot of Retaliate users. They're good. Okay. Zazu was just a Life Orb Sweeper as well, and you've seen the other two. That bulky Luckray is really great. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got a team you'd like me to use, leave it in the comment section. I do read through all the comments. There's been some really good ones. I took a couple down on Notepad yesterday. I may do them tomorrow night, but I am keeping a track of some really good ones, and if there's a lot of thumbs up on the comment or likes, I will definitely do that if a lot of people want that seen. Anyway, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. Peace out.